Yo, what's going on, guys? We are back. We are finally back. Why is my mouse glitching like that? Okay, anyway, we're back here. So I took a little bit of a break from DFS. I just needed to clear my mind. Wow, my mouse is really bothering me. I just needed to clear my mind. Take a break from basketball. Wasn't really hitting like I should have been. So I took a nice break for myself. I didn't play at all, and took like a month off. It was nice to, not have to focus on basketball every moment of my life. But I missed it, so we're back. I got on a big losing streak there for a while. Just wanted to reset, so that's what we did, and looks like it worked out for tonight. So I didn't actually make a video for what is this, the 25th? Yeah, so this is the lineup for my 25th, which was yesterday. If you're watching the video today, yes, okay. It's 2 in the morning, so I'm not really sure what day it is. But anyway, huge day here. So this was the free Road to All Star tournament. I haven't actually deposited yet, as you can see from my balance. I have a solid penny in there. But from the free contests, it's a very small percentage that win. So we came 126 out of 35,000. And we had Kyrie go up for 61, D Rose go up for 46, 35 from Schroeder, 67 from Levine. Chetty Osman, only 12% owned, got us 35. Okaji was the only big bust of the night. He looked really good the other night, but tonight just didn't get minutes. He only had 18 minutes, so he only got us 10. But Jared Allen got us 52.5 at 26% owned. Thaddeus Young 27.6, and Towns with 65. So that was easy enough for us to get a voucher into tomorrow's fadeaway or today's fadeaway. So let's go to my lineup and see what we got for today. So I've done a little bit of research already. There are a couple positions where it could change, so be sure to follow me on Twitter at Fantasy Talk Show. Mostly just the Celtics injuries because they have a ton of them right now. And the injuries are really important. I pressed on live. I'm an idiot. Yeah, so be sure to follow me on Twitter for that. I'll make any posts to let you guys know if I make any changes to the lineup. Hoping to have a nice big take tomorrow like we did today. Because today was really nice. It was nice to be able to line up like, all right, everyone's doing what I expected outside of Okaji, and there was just no stress tonight, me worrying that I wasn't going to win. So, this lineup right here is going to be the lineup that we're going to go over. The bottom one is just my free play lineup. That's my boomer bust lineup. So we're not actually going to look at that, but we'll look at this one because the one I think is going to really have some nice stuff to it. So, once this loads, I apologize. My computer is very old, so loading is not great. And as you know, this is actually a different format than my other videos. It's not my face anymore. You can actually see on the screen what we're looking at here, which I think is better. I think hearing my voice in the background is a lot better than looking at my face and just trying to take in what I say. But this is tomorrow's slate, so just look at some of the top players. So I have two of the top, what's it, 7? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, wow, exactly. I have two of the top 7. I think there's a couple really nice value plays for tomorrow, and I know you're already gasping at one player, but we'll talk about each one here. I'll try to do them quick just because I don't want this video to be too long and tedious for you guys. But we'll start at the top of the lineup. Trey Young, 9,600. Top 3 in salary for the day. But let's look at this. So obviously he's coming off that injury. Last game was his return. Put up 54. No big deal. Just played 33 minutes coming off an injury. Put up a 26-16. Only had one steal. Still put up 54. Awesome. So that was against OKC too, who's a pretty good defense. Not amazing, but they're right in the middle of the pack. So if you look at the game log here, big score. Only 2 games under 20 points. Minutes are always stable. 33, 39. Had that one weird game against Detroit where he didn't hit 30. every other game he's been hitting 30 consistently, as you can see down here as we go. And then I think that Milwaukee game was the one he got hurt. So, but if you look at his fantasy numbers here, 54, didn't play. 68, 35, 53, 58, didn't play. 35. I mean, he's a big point scorer. Something important to note also, he out of point guards, he's the leading point scorer in the league, so that's pretty good. But also, what's important, second in assists. So he's a guy that gets you points, gets you points on assists, and the only thing I am concerned about with Trey Young is the turnovers. But with him playing Washington tomorrow, yes, he's playing the Washington Wizards, guys. They're not a very good defense at all. They're 30th against opposing point guards. So, really like Trey Young tomorrow. Good spend-up option here for sure. Next guy, Kemba Walker. So going against New Orleans, not a great defensive team against point guards, 21st against opposing point guards here. I really apologize for my mouse doing this. I don't know why it's doing that. It didn't do that when I tested this recording, but that's really bothering the hell out of me, so I apologize if it's bothering you. So obviously I had that huge game, 61 fantasy points against Orlando last time out. Put up a 29 and 36 before. So this is a really important one to be able to follow me on Twitter for, because Kemba Walker, he's 7,600, right? So last game, obviously, there was no Tatum, no Brown. So Kemba just goes out and plays 36 minutes, has 37 points, 6 assists, 4 steals, 61 points. Now, a lot of those points were because his usage was so high, right? The only other guy that really handles the ball outside of Kemba, other than Tatum and Brown, is Smart, who's usually only around like a 20% usage rate, I want to say. And then Gordon Hayward, who's right around that area. So Kemba had the ball in his hands a lot. Really like him for tomorrow going against a weak New Orleans team. Should be a really nice matchup for him. This is probably the one guy that you guys really wanted to hear about. Damian Dotson. So he's not going to be a popular play tomorrow. Going against Brooklyn, not the greatest defense in terms of defending the three-point line. Shot 4 for 7 tonight. Or last night, damn it, guys, I'm sorry. Shot 4 for 7 from three-point land, and I only expect that to continue. So Damian Dotson, he's 3,600 salary, so huge saver in value. Last 3 games, 23, 21, 22. So all those games, you're thinking, 20's fine, but it's not great. Just remember, he's 3,600. And he's also done that in 20 minutes, 27, and 27. So you might tell me, oh yes, he had this game of 26 right here. He only had 6 and 2 with 2 turnovers, only had 6 points. That's correct. But if we look at the news here, which is why I ended up playing him. If you look in this description here, Dotson was chosen to play by head coach Mike Miller ahead of starter Reggie Bullock. Right? So even with it close, I don't know why they said the match, call it the game. Even with the game closed until the end, helped convince head coach Mike Miller to play Dotson the entire fourth quarter, and he's been shooting great from the field. And look at this, 55% from three-point land. That's where Brooklyn cannot defend, right? So he had 27 minutes tonight. Now, if it comes out that he starts tomorrow, it's going to suck because his ownership is going to go from about 5% to about 35%. So be sure to watch for news like that. I will let you guys know on Twitter if I see anything about that. But if he doesn't start and he comes off the bench, this could be one of the nastiest valued plays on the slate. Spencer Dinwiddie on the opposite side. So now he's kind of the flip side. He went from the starters to the bench. But I think that helps him a lot because playing with Kyrie on the court, Kyrie wants the ball in his hands, right? So he's 7th among shooting guards in points, and is obviously one of those guys that can dish the ball around, 12th in assists. So last 4 games here, he did have that 17-point game against Milwaukee, but who plays well against Milwaukee anyway? Against Philly, he put up 37. That's a really impressive feat. 37 against the Lakers, and then had an off night tonight against Detroit, but I don't expect that to continue. He's playing the New York Knicks. Every guard goes off against the New York Knicks. The reason I'm not playing Kyrie over Dinwiddie is mostly because of ownership. Kyrie's ownership is going to be really high, especially after the 61-point game he had tonight. Dinwiddie's ownership is going to be a lot lower. He still got 37 minutes coming off the bench tonight. Now, I understand it was overtime. So even still, I would still call that about 30 minutes, right? So 30 minutes, only scored 23. But that's actually really going to help because people that are looking into his numbers say, oh, he hasn't really done much since Kyrie's come back. But 36, 36, 38, right? So he's proved he can put up points, 26, 22. He can put up points with Kyrie there. And coming off the bench, he's the guy off the bench, right? He's the guy that's going to run the plays, dish out the assists, 13 there. He almost had a triple-double this game. That's insane. That's against the Lakers, so just remember that. He's playing the Knicks tomorrow, guys. Spencer Dinwiddie, 6,800. That is not a bad price to pay at all. Dinwiddie, definitely a good-looking option here. Troy Brown, his price is all the way down to 4,800, which is interesting. Now, again, it's because he's coming off the bench. So, if you want to look at his recent games, look at his recent games, right? 11, 20, and 22. But also, he's been playing 25, 20, and 25. Still puts up 883, 934 with a steal, 631. Now, those are bad numbers, right? Those are really bad numbers. You don't want to see those. But then the game before that, he put up, in 26 minutes, 22 points, 8 rebounds, 1 assist, 3 steals. With this Washington-Atlanta game, I expect it to be very high scoring, right? And look what he can do. I mean, look at all of this. 34 minutes. Last time against Atlanta, 18, 10, 1 with 2 steals. Orlando, 35, 18, 11, 5, 2 steals. 15, 9, 1 steal. 25, 14. You guys get the gist, right? He has the ability to put up these numbers. So, with his minutes being like this, right? I mean, let's look at the scores of these last couple games here. Blown out by the Raptors. He got 22 points anyway. That was January 18th. January 18th is not here. Okay. Oh, I guess that's this game. Right. So, I mean, he even put up 22 points in that game. Very impressive there. So, yeah, I think he's a really nice option here. He's a very cheap option, at 4,800. And he has that 40, 50 point upside. So, I think he's definitely worth playing in tournaments. GPP, not the best play just because of that risk factor, but 10 points a game, 6 rebounds. He can do it all. I really like Troy Brown tomorrow. Next, we'll go to TJ Warren. TJ Warren, another really nice play here at 5,900. Now, it's already confirmed no Malcolm Brogdon tomorrow, so that's just one less guy to take points away from TJ Warren. Last 2 games that Malcolm Brogdon has missed. 40 and a 56 for TJ Warren. Not bad. For a guy who's priced at 5,900, yeah, I'm gonna absolutely take 40 points from a guy like that all day. That's against Phoenix and Golden State, so obviously not the best defensive teams. And obviously tomorrow he'll be going against the Trailblazers, who are still trying to figure out who's going to play that 3 spot between Ariza and Carmelo. I'm pretty sure Ariza played it last game, and the Melo played the 4. But TJ Warren, one of the only scoring options that Indiana really has outside of Sabonis right now. So I really like Warren. He'll have high usage tomorrow at 5,900. Can't really beat a price like that. Now, one guy that I actually didn't include that I do like a lot tomorrow in the small forward position is going to be Gordon Hayward. I didn't put him in just because we don't know if Jaylen Brown or Tatum are going to play. Jaylen Brown sounds more of like he's going to miss. Tatum is literally looking like a game-time decision. But if you look at Hayward, he's one of those guys that fills up the stat sheet. Look at the last game. 37 minutes, 22 points, 14 rebounds. If for some reason Tatum misses and Jaylen Brown plays, I would still play Hayward because the rebounding is what really helps Hayward. There's no Cantor, so Hayward's going to have to crash the boards, and he did a hell of a good job last game. 44 points. Pretty damn good. So Hayward definitely is a small forward option for me if you really don't feel comfortable with Troy Brown. You can switch out. I don't know. I would probably, if you're going to play Hayward, I would probably switch out. I don't even know because I really like these guys that are in right now. We'll go through and then we'll collect at the end. I guess you could bump Vucevic down to maybe like a Montrezl Harrell or something like that. But we'll get to there later. Now let's look at John Collins. John Collins is probably my favorite play on the slate, just in terms of price, and he's going against Washington bigs. So obviously Washington, terrible defense. So let's look at the recent games. 36, 67, 36, 28, 35, 42. So not huge numbers, right? But you see the 67 right here. So he has 27, 35, 37, 27. His minutes have been a kind of weird spot, right? Kind of a weird spot. But they lost to Oklahoma City 140 to 11. Or to 111. He played 27 minutes that game. He played 35 against the Clippers. Wow, I wonder what the score of that game was. Oh, 102-95. Interesting, right? Had a 33-point double-double. Great. Now, I forget actually what the score of this game was against Toronto. But 8 of 11, that's still pretty damn good shooting. So I assume that was a game that he didn't play a lot. What was that day? That was the 20th, right? So we look, we see. Okay. I'm not really sure how that connects, but anyway. Oh yeah, I'm stupid. I can't read. Never mind, I'm dumb. Anyway, but John Collins, one of my favorite plays on the slate because of this, right? 7,700, 67-point upside, right? Even if he scores 42, 7,700, that's perfectly fine with me, right? Him and Trey Young have high usage. Going against Washington, I expect it to be a high-scoring game. I really like John Collins tomorrow. Should be a lock for every one of your lineups. Interesting play here, Daniel Theis. So already confirmed Enes Kanter is going to miss tomorrow. So this leaves Theis with a lot of minutes. Last game that Kanter missed, Theis went out and played 32 minutes. Now if you look at the rest of his minutes, 18, 17, 29, 22, 27. If you're not an expert DFS player and you see this, you're thinking, oh, he's not going to play a lot. I don't want to play him. He played these 32 minutes because he had to, right? There was no Tatum. There was no, what's his name? Jesus. It's Cantor. I just said it. And he scored 30 fantasy points. And let's just look at his salary. Oh, 4,900? Yeah, I'm going to take 30 from a 4,900 any day. And that was with 16.6 rebounds. So he only got 6 rebounds there. He has 10 rebound upside. And that's against Milwaukee, guys. So this guy could come out and get 12 rebounds if he wanted to, right? And against New Orleans tomorrow, not a great rebounding team. Obviously, they do have Zion now, so that changes a little bit. I still expect Theis to put up another 30 here today. He's been really good lately, too. I mean, if you look at these recent numbers, 31, 33, 31. Had that one bad game against the Lakers, though. He went head-to-head with Anthony Davis. I don't think any guy named Daniel Theis is going to do that much against Anthony Davis. And then 36 and 30. He's been consistently 30, and he's 4,900. Thank you, Fanduel. This is a very obvious play. 23 fantasy points per game. Even 25 I would take for that price point. But yes, Theis, very nice play here, especially if Tatum misses. And then lastly, we'll go over Vooch. Vooch actually played the Celtics last time out. I believe he got, 38? 38, yeah. So we got 38 against Boston. So we look at the game log here. Minutes pretty cement, obviously. 30 minutes for him. 37, 54, 43, 34, 40. He's a guy that's a very consistent type of a guy. Tomorrow, The center pool is kind of weird. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. The center pool is kind of weird. You could definitely, fade Vooch. Like I said, if you wanted to play Gordon Hayward over Troy Brown, that's definitely an option. As of right now, I'm rolling with Troy Brown and Vooch, but I could definitely see you go with, DeAndre Ayton. His minutes are obviously cemented with no Baines. Valanciunas, interesting matchup just because of his rebounding, but I don't trust his minutes, so I like Ayton over Valanciunas. And then Montrezl Harrell, obviously going head to head with Vooch, has been playing really well recently. Salary point's pretty nice, but probably my favorite play would probably be Mitchell Robinson, honestly, just because it's just a really rough time in here, and going against Brooklyn, he just seems to be the guy that would have the most upside here at 4,900. I don't like Mahinmi just because Bryant is starting to return. But yeah, let's look at Mitchell Robinson real quick. Plays 20 plus minutes. Can go off for 36. Just the centers are just so tough. I would definitely recommend spending up for centers tomorrow. Personally, I'm probably not going to go any lower than Montrezl. So I would say these top 5 guys right here, probably your best options. Now, if we get injury news tomorrow that shifts this, then we're talking about a different ball game. But as of right now, not really any loves down here. So centers definitely spend up position. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like I said, I am going to start doing my videos more. And like I said, be sure to follow me on Twitter if there are any updates on the lineup, injury news, and stuff like that. Be sure to follow Roto Grinders. They're really great with getting injury news out before tip-off. That's who I follow. If I see anything from them, I'll retweet it. So again, if you follow me on Twitter, you'll be good to go. But here's the lineup, guys. Good luck tomorrow, and let's get some money.